Super Bowl party of all parties and some football.
Love it.
Hey, does Russell Wilson already have one foot out the door in Seattle? And should Lakers fans be worried LeBron will wear down? We'll tell you why we're asking that on this Thursday morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jenna Wolf alongside Nick Wright, Brandon Marshall, Kevin Wilds has his cup of coffee. Nick, the king, does he have enough gas in the tank to go all the way? Gotta ask.
The face, Brandon, is I'm just so confused. Are we worried the most durable, reliable athlete in history will stop being either? Interesting. More on that developing story later in the day, I guess. My answer is no. Not concerned.
Talk about LeBron James.
We have to start in Tampa Bay. How about this for a Super Bowl parade? Bucs had a blast out on the Tampa waterway yesterday. I love this so much, probably because, guys, I hate to break it to you, the Tom Brady is human. Tom Brady parties, Tom Brady throws Lombardi trophies, Tom Brady is all in on life as a Buck. Even Bruce Arians had himself a day. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Anybody that says running back, all right, that's Kansas City. We're going for two. We're going to keep this band together, and they know how to win, all right?
No editing from Bruce Arians there.
Look at this.
All right, Brandon, you heard the coach. You think the Bucs will be celebrating another Super Bowl boat parade this time next year? Boom.
First, I love Bruce. I love this team. I love how they're celebrating. It's incredibly hard to go back to the Super Bowl and repeat. Only 8 teams have done it. One of them was Tom Brady's Patriots teams. 6 teams made it back, Wiles. Did you know that? 6 teams made it back and didn't make it. One of those teams were the Kansas City Chiefs, our buddy Nick Wright's team. Look, it's hard to do it, but they're going to do it. They're running it back. It's going to be a repeat, and this is how they can get it done. This is what they need to do. First off, you got to bring back Shaq Barrett. You got to keep that defense intact. If you're doubling him, then you're singling up JPP. If you're doubling JPP, then you're singling up Shaq Barrett. So this is the strength of this team, not the defense, this team. So make sure you bring him back. Bring back either AB or Godwin. You got to have a solution on the other side of Mike Evans. And last, Gronkowski. He is great for the chemistry. He's great for the locker room. That's a guy that you want to bring back, not because of his production, but because of who he is and what he means to that locker room. If you do those things and build off the chemistry that you created during the season, you're going to be right where you need to be. And they're going to be talking about repeat, Nick.
Okay. Can we pump the brakes on the boat just a bit? Like, listen, Brandon, to your credit, you had been saying for a couple of months you wanted to see who was going to be the next, what was it, 05 Pittsburgh Steelers? And that you thought the Bucs could be that team. Yeah. You know what team we never talk about? The 06 Pittsburgh Steelers. Because the 05 Steelers caught lightning in a bottle, got hot at the right time, and then they were not super relevant over the next few seasons. Listen, I give the Bucs all the credit in the world for finishing the year on an 8-game winning streak. After winning 7 of their first 12, they won 8 of their final 8. They went through the gauntlet of Heineke to the decomposing Breeze to Rodgers and then Mahomes. So they were spectacular. No, they were great. They were great, and I give them credit. They won 3 road playoff games and then the first ever home Super Bowl, which probably should have been moved because it was an obvious competitive advantage, but whatever, you couldn't do that. Nobody would have anticipated that the Bucs were going to make the Super Bowl. But they're not going back-to-back. Brandon just mentioned bringing back nearly everyone. They're not going to be able to bring back nearly everyone. We know Chris Godwin can't wait to get away from Brady and get number 12 back. We know that AB is probably going to get $8 to $10 million from someone else and get a bunch of targets there. I do think Shaq Barrett, who's about to join us, will be back, and I do think that defense will be mostly intact. And I think the best thing they have going for them, Wilds, is that entire secondary, I think, is under the age of 25. So that secondary, which I thought was maybe their biggest weakness on defense, will be older and more experienced and better. But over the course of the season, this was not the best team in football. They were the best team in football in the most important part of the season, and that's why they're champions. But picking them today to repeat as champions is 3 bridges too far, and I respect Brandon's temerity to do it, but I'm not going out there with it.
No, I hear you, Nick. And for me, you know, the parade felt like there was a lot of joy. But at the same time, there was a little sadness to it. And you know why, Nick? Because it reminded me of parades of yesteryear. And I'm not talking about my Patriots. I'm talking about the lovely streets of Kansas City where we saw Travis Kelce in his Louis Vuitton coat. You know, this hurt my feelings, Nick. Empathetic for you and how you feel. And I was like, Dusty, surely, you know, the Chiefs can do it again. And Dusty's like, no, Wilds, I'm sorry. Like, we got to pull up the graphic about the Super Bowl hangover. Because remember, Nick, I was talking about, hey, Super Bowl hangover. And you would angrily tell me, like, that's not about the winning team. It's about the losing team. And I would say, I know, but I like to make fun of you about it. But now here we are. Yeah. The Chiefs.
I love it.
The Chiefs are the ones with the ice pack on their neck. Would they like, hey, can I get another Gatorade? Can you bring a Gatorade to me? I'll be up at noon. The old Super Bowl hangover, Nick. Here it is. I know you're a big statistics guy, so tell me if you see any flaw on that graphic. We can fire Dusty if you do, but I think it's accurate.
No,
We've checked it a few times.
Okay, well, you maybe check it again, and maybe instead of asking Dusty, ask one of your many wildly annoying Patriot fan friends if there's an instance in recent memory, what has occurred more recently? The champion repeat or the loser of the Super Bowl go back and win? Well, let's think. The last time the champion repeated was 2003, 2004. Brandon Marshall just told us. When's the last time the loser of the Super Bowl went back the following year and won? Oh, wait, your stupid Patriots. After they lost to the Eagles and went back the next year and beat the Rams. That was all the way back in 2018. So, yeah, that's the flaw. The flaw is it just
all the way back.
And the idea.
All right.
All the way back 3 years ago. All the way back, Wilds.
Can we just stay in the good times, the Bucs?
Do it.
Can we just celebrate and remain in the moment? This was so fun to watch. I love this so much. I watched the trophy toss 35 times. I had FOMO watching these guys celebrate on the water. Forget next year for a second. Wilds, give me your Super Bowl parade MVP because there are a plethora of options to choose from.
Great call. Yes, I've got 3 Super Bowl MVPs. The 3rd place award goes to Devin White and Dream. This is a different type of celebration. This is a celebration just for him. He's like, hey, Bucs GM, can me and Dream get that victory lap with the trophy around the stadium before we hit the road? GM's like, sure, here you go. There's Dream, Devin White's new horse. Take a lap. This is why I like this specific celebration. It's one thing to be surrounded by thousands of people, but this is just a celebration for Devin White and Dream. Also, bonus take, he's wearing a T-shirt with a picture of himself. Runner-up. Oh, my goodness. Siri, show me how I should be living my life full of enthusiasm and joy on God's green earth. Oh, here it is. Let me show you Gronk dancing. Free bonus take here, too. Hey, if you own a shirt company, maybe Untuck It, J.R. Smith, Matthew McConaughey, and Gronk. Hey, we know when we're wearing shirts, we like to, this is the best shirt you can wear to have fun in. The tagline needs a little bit of work. And look at this. Oh, the king stays the king. Nick, it's one thing to celebrate. It's another level to celebrate while mocking your opponent. Here's what's happening. Antoine Winfield Jr., Nick, I think has taken this from Tyreek Hill and made it his celebration. The taunting penalty, now Brady is doing it. It is the football example of you made it a hot line, I made it a hot song. This is now an insult. Tyreek can do it no more. This is Antoine Winfield. You lost the Super Bowl.
Cheetah.
And Tyreek lost.
It's over, Cheetah.
It's gone. It's gone.
Well, that's right.
Other players can do it to him.
Your Wilds. Wildes is absolutely right, Brandon, because Antoine Winfield Jr. was the first person to do the peace sign as a taunt. Tyreek Hill was doing it as peace be upon you as you're taught in Catholic school growing up. Antoine Winfield Jr. perverted it in a way Antoine Winfield Sr. never would.
All right.
The way he never would.
We're going to have more. We'll have much more on that. Shaq Barrett is going to join us, so he'll tell us what that peace sign was all about. We got to turn, though, our attention to the saga in Seattle where Russell Wilson might be on his way out of town. This is First Things First, guys.
This NASCAR season